My name's Kate Hammond and I did a Masters in Mental Health, taking the Psychological Therapies pathway. Principally, for me, it was getting the background basics of mental health, and between modules 1 and 2 you learn about different mental disorders, psychological therapies, assessment and formulation of these mental disorders, and just generally it all came together to help me understand the process of mental health assessment a lot better. I also developed my research skills in the dissertation module, and it improved my critical thinking as we had to write weekly critiques on published journals and basically come up with things that were wrong with them when even though they've been published, and it was really challenging but really rewarding ultimately. The second module, which was psychological therapies, it was basically a background in the principal psychological therapy interventions used, and then there were some really helpful sessions where we took on the role of either the service user or the therapist and took it in turns to see what challenges you faced on either side. I think the most important thing I took from that is I immediately thought they were mutually exclusive and that you'd only want to do one form of therapy, so CBT or psychoanalytic, but it really helped me to see that there are aspects of each which, when you combine them, can actually be more helpful than just focusing on either of them. I currently work as an independent mental health advocate, so I advocate on behalf mainly of patients who have been sectioned under the Mental Health Act. This means that I'm liaising with staff at the unit, the multidisciplinary team, or I'm speaking to external agencies like their solicitors and care coordinators, just to put across and represent their views on their care and their treatment. Definitely MSc taught me a lot about the mental disorders that with the patients that I'm having to work with. It also helped by seeing that there are the psychological therapies and how they can be put together, so I can liaise with the psychologists who are part of the team, and together, from my knowledge of what they would like, we can discuss options which don't necessarily come from any school of psychological intervention, but are joining all of them together to come up with an inclusive care plan. I wouldn't come into it kind of as a student of any particular type of psychological therapy and having a ultimate dislike of a different form, because the one thing, like I say, you take away is that they're all important in their own way and with different disorders and at different times. So I'd say you come into it open-minded to learn about each and the benefits and the cons of each, but not to have a preconceived judgment of those.